Today we are with senior Congress leader Oommen Chandy. He is the two-time Chief Minister of Kerala and has been contesting in the elections of Puthuppally as an MLA from 1970 and has never lost the election here. He's contesting again from Puthuppally. Sir, I want to start by asking you, this time you have fielded a lot of fresh faces in your election, in your seat, and you've given almost 44 seats to new people. Why do you think Congress decided to give so many fresh faces? Because last time only 30 people had been given seats in the election. So why so many young people and so many new people?
Our leader Rahul Ji is very particular to field new faces and youngsters and women. So we have decided maximum possible new faces will be accommodated, and we are quite happy. And the acceptance of the new candidates is also very good.
What do you predict the UDF will win? How many seats?
I'm not to predict anything at this stage, but we are quite sure that we will be in a better situation, and we will get a comfortable majority in the coming election.
Now, Congress has been criticized this time for fielding fewer women. There have been only 10 women that you fielded out of 92 seats. Why was there this decision to field fewer women? What sort of situation led to this circumstance?
In the last election also, in Kerala, we are accommodating such number. We are not against women, but in Kerala, the number is almost like this.
Okay, so I'd like to ask you a little bit about Latika. She very publicly quit as the Congress Mahila President, and she, although in her interviews has said that she continues to hold you as a role model for her. What is your relationship with Latika Subhash, and what do you think of her quitting?
She is from my own place, and she is very close to me, and she is very active and a very good leader. She got a lot of chances. She was elected to the district panchayat, and he was the president. She was the president of the district panchayat, and she became the president of the Mahila Congress, a good position. She wants to contest this election, and there is nothing wrong in it. And actually, we want to give her a good seat. But she is very particular to contest only one constituency, that is Ettumanur in Kottayam district.
She also asked for Vipin after
No.
that, right?
No. She is very particular to contest only the Ettumanur. We told her that this is demanding by the Kerala Congress. So it may be difficult to allot to her. But we will try to accommodate. But Kerala Congress was very particular. And we gave that seat to Kerala Congress. Even after this, we have already allotted the seat to Congress. Even after this, she is very particular to get Ettumanur, and she told me that you take back the seat from Kerala Congress and give it to me. It was a very difficult thing. She told me regarding Vipin on 12th. The 11th, we were in Delhi for a week, and everything is finalized on 11th at Delhi. 12th, when I came to Puthuppally in my house, she was there. She told me that consider Vipin. Then I told her it is too late. It already decided. And the Congress Central Election Committee approved the candidate's name. It is very difficult.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Wayanad now. In 2019, Rahul Gandhi won as the MP from Wayanad, and this time before the assembly elections, you had 4 Congress members quit your party to join other parties, including the left. And also in the local body elections, the LDF has swept quite a few of the local body polls there, and I want to know from you, why is that this is happening in Wayanad? Is the Congress by any chance losing its hold in Wayanad?
No, not at all. The majority we got 4.31 lakhs is the majority of the Congress party. Majority of the Rahul Gandhi. He is very popular and the people was very much attracted by his attitude and his speech. So we got a big margin, 4.31 lakhs. Even now, we have an upper hand in Wayanad, and the district panchayat, the local body selection district panchayat is with the Congress.
So we spent some time in Wayanad, and in the last few days we were in Wayanad, and we spent some time with the Adivasis as well. And I'm asking you a question about the Adivasi because they make up 31% of the population in Wayanad, and it's a strong voter force. So we did read about the fact that Mr. Rahul Gandhi had worked on things like creating awareness about internet, and also introduced a lot of smartphones and smart TVs there after the suicide of one student. But when we spent time with Adivasis, they said that yes, that is good, but what we really lack is food and water and shelter and land. Land is something they've been fighting for since the Mutinga agitation. And they do feel a little disappointed in Rahul Gandhi's leadership from that particular district. So I wanted to ask you, is Congress planning anything new for Wayanad, or how are you going to address this dissatisfaction?
See that now the central government and the state government is not with Congress. Both the governments are not taking any serious attempt to safeguard the interest of the tribe people. It is very unfortunate. During my chief ministership, then UPA government was in Delhi. We have already started some program to bring the tribe people out of forest and gave them good land and a house in the villages.
I think they were given housing, not land.
No. We gave, the scheme is that each person will get 10 lakhs. Then a 5-member family is shifted from forest. The family will get 50 lakhs. So they can purchase the land and the government will build the house there. And about 400 to 500 people came out of the forest with this scheme. We want to continue that scheme. See that their life in the middle of the forest is miserable. I went to the one place where we started the people from bring them from the forest to villages. The previous day night, the elephant was there. So their life is very risky and lot of problems are there. But unfortunately, now the scheme is not there. Both central government and state government not interested.
Okay, now I want to ask you a little bit about Sabarimala. Now, the Congress's stance on Sabarimala has been spoken about a lot. When the Supreme Court verdict came out, your top leadership said that they will stand by the Supreme Court verdict and for women's rights. And the state leadership was then under pressure to also act as an opposition. You've recently released a draft legislation saying that any menstruating woman who enters the shrine, it will be considered as a cognizable offence. Now, where does that leave the state leadership with regards to women's rights? Also keeping in mind that such few seats were given to women, I would like to know, where does the state leadership stand on women's rights if the top leadership is saying that, they are taking a pro stance of the Supreme Court verdict considering women's rights?
So this is not connected with the rights of the women and other things. This is a system, custom and the tradition. years back, that custom is continuing. So Congress always respect the traditions, customs, and their pujas and other things. We respect all that. So Congress taking a single stand when we were in power or in opposition. One stand is there. We are with the devotees. We are with the traditions and customs. The Indian Constitution itself allowed that any community they can special conditions for their customs and traditions.
So where does that leave the top leadership and the state leadership?
You see, when this case came to the Supreme Court, then I was the Chief Minister. Then only I knew that former LDF government gave an affidavit against the customs and traditions. Then we approached the Supreme Court. We want to give a new affidavit. Then we withdrew the affidavit of the V.S. Achyutanandan government supporting the human entry. And we gave a new affidavit supporting the traditions and customs of the temple. But we did not publish this. Nobody knew this change because we don't want to bring this temple to a controversy. Our election is coming. 2016 election is coming. We are giving the affidavit in 2016 February 4th. Even then we did not use. This was a big issue. We can make it as a favor in our side. But we kept it as a secret. Nobody knew this change. This change was known to the public and the press only after the judgment of the Supreme Court. Why this was such a judgment? Then the popular government is with the Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan government. We threw our affidavit and gave the old affidavit of Achyutanandan. That is why the whole situation changed. Now, Pinarayi government is playing two sides. The House Minister expressed their regret regarding what happened in Sabarimala. But they are not prepared to withdraw the affidavit. Now in Sabarimala everything is okay. Peace is there. No controversy. Why? The judgment is the same. The Supreme Court judgment is still valid. No change, no stay, anything. But the situation is very calm. Why? The government is not prepared to bring ladies with the help of the police to the Sannidhanam. Then nothing was happened. Now everything is all right. Then actually in Sabarimala, all things created by the state government. Now the state government is kept mum. There is nothing wrong. And keep very calm.
Okay. Now I'd like to ask you a little bit about this concept of love jihad, which is now a huge concept. I would like to know your stand on it because, mainly because recently in January, the Syro Malabar Church said that they also believe that young Christian women are being forcibly converted. As an Orthodox Christian yourself, I'm curious to know your stand.
I'm not saying anything about it.
Do you consider it a concept constructed by the BJP?
No, I'm not
Okay, we can move on. So I would also like just the last two questions. One, during your term, you were very clear about the liquor ban. Is something that you brought in, even though there were changes in definitions of how you defined liquor ban. I want to know, is that something you're going to bring back if the Congress does come into power again and the UDF comes into power again? Would liquor ban be something you would consider for Kerala?
No. The last time we took a very strong line against everything, but the new government changed all the conditions put forward by the UDF government. But there was no protest. So I cannot say anything about that. We will discuss in the United Front in details. But we surprised that we introduced a very good policy for the state, Abkari policy. But that was changed without any reason, or there was even no restriction. But there was no protest.
And what do you think of how the LDF government has handled the COVID-19 situation in Kerala? Do you think Congress would have done something different?
So that they can deal it in a better way. They can. See that lot of people of Kerala, they want to come back to Kerala. But state government was not enthusiastic to bring back them. But they prepared, maybe some pressure, they prepared to take them back. But meanwhile, the corona was affected very seriously in a lot of places. So the people from abroad, people from other states are all coming back to Kerala when corona was very serious. It would be better to take them back before the corona is very seriously affecting.
Lastly, I just would like to know, what are the main things that UDF will be focusing on once they come into power this time? What are your developmental plans?
That UDF always take a two-line approach. One is development. Definitely, development is highly necessary in a state like Kerala, and we are very particular. And always, only the UDF did everything for the development of the state. When Karnataka was the chief minister, then Nedbasheri Airport, grocery project in Ernakulam, International Stadium, lot of things are there. When Anthony was the chief minister, the development of the 200 capital and self-financing colleges, lot of things are there. When I was there, the Kannur Airport, Kochi Metro, Trivandrum, Vizhinjam Harbour, new medical colleges, lot of things are there. But during LDF time, they are not care about the development of the things. They are only care about the party men, very particular about that. So the UDF is focusing on development of the state. And at the same time, we are very particular that the development is okay, but the development benefit go to the people, common people, very late. So we want to give them some direct benefit. Take care the people, those who are struggling to live, especially for the health and housing. So we will planning to have a lot of projects for the better health care to the poor people.
And you're confident of winning Puthuppally, even though some of the in the local body elections, Puthuppally for the first time went to LDF. You're still confident of winning as the MLA?
In Kerala, local bodies election, state election, and parliament election, 3 elections are entirely different way. In Puthuppally also, earlier also, so many times left party came to power. Not this time. But the last 3 times, continuously, UDF was there. Earlier, LDF came to power in Puthuppally also. That is a peculiar thing. The local bodies election mainly depend upon the candidate, and sometimes not only the candidates and the rebel candidates also influencing.
So you're still confident of winning as an MLA from Puthuppally? Okay, thank you, Mr. Oommen Chandy. Thank you for taking the time out to talk to us. This is Nidhi Suresh for newslaundry.com.